Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps. Well, 2020 can officially suck it. Just got news from TMZ that Eddie Van Halen, the amazing lead guitarist for Van Halen for so many years, is dead at 65. He lost a long battle with throat cancer. Over a decade, he battled throat cancer. And just recently, the throat cancer had moved to his brain, according to doctors. And he was a heavy smoker for years. You always saw pictures of him smoking. The guitar, you could see the cigarette stuck in his guitar, hanging out his mouth, and he was definitely a heavy smoker. But he believed, he had said before in interviews and whatnot, that he believes he got the cancer from a metal guitar pick that he would hold in his mouth frequently, years ago, a couple of decades ago, and saw the pictures as well, of him holding that metal guitar pick in his mouth. Just an incredible guitarist, did so many things with the guitar that no one had heard before. And he was my third favorite guitarist of all time. After Ace Frehley of Kiss and Randy Rhoads, Ozzy's guitarist for those first two incredible Ozzy solo albums, there was Eddie Van Halen. And I saw him in concert at the Texas Jam, which was incredible. And I saw him in 1984 at Reunion Arena in Dallas, and I've got a kind of an interesting story to tell about that in just a second. I'm wearing my Kiss t-shirt and hat because there's definitely a Kiss tie-in here. Gene Simmons played a big role in discovering Van Halen, and as a matter of fact, he had said before that that Eddie Van Halen wanted to be in Kiss, but that Gene Simmons thought that Eddie was just too big of a personality, too big of a guitarist, just too just too Eddie. He was too Eddie for the band, and so Gene basically turned him down. That's according to Gene Simmons. And anyway, I'm just a huge Van Halen fan. I remember listening to Diver Down at the swimming pool so many times. And I remember in high school, 1984, I guess it was my junior year in high school, I graduated in 85. I remember Jump was just everywhere. And I didn't particularly like Van Halen's transition into more and more keyboards, but I still like 1984, a great album. And I absolutely love Van Halen 1. I think that is the best debut album of all time, in large part to Eddie Van Halen's incredible guitar work. So speaking of 1984, I did see, Van Halen at Reunion Arena, and an interesting story. One of my best friend's sister and his sister's friend were going to the concert. I don't remember why. It was my friend Steve that I worked with at Luther's Barbecue. I don't know why Steve wasn't going to the concert. We went to a lot of concerts together back in the 80s. But Steve wasn't going. But we had 3 tickets, so it was me, Steve's sister, and Steve's sister's female friend. So it was me and a couple of girls. I wasn't romantically involved with them. They were just friends. And we were going to this concert together. And so we show up, and we're 20 rows back on the floor, incredible seats. David Lee Roth, incredible gymnastics. Alex and Van Halen and Michael Anthony, incredible playing. And Eddie was just on fire. It was an amazing night. But a couple of songs in, the 2 girls I came with vanished. They disappeared. I was, in those days on the floor, you definitely stood the whole time for a concert. They disappeared. So I'm there the whole rest of the time just by myself. And so I really didn't mind because Van Halen was so incredible. I was just mesmerized by the music, major fan of the band, and Eddie was great. But so after the show, somehow I reconnect with the girls because, we all came in one car. I had to get home. And so Steve's sister was driving, and she was perfectly fine. She was sober. But Steve's sister's friend was completely out of it. I don't know what she had been doing. I have no idea. They went around me the whole time. But she was out of it and barely coherent, and we basically had to walk her out to the car. Well, once we got to the car, she passed out in the back seat. We decided that she could lie down in the back seat maybe, and we thought, well, maybe I should get back there and kind of, you hear about these rock and rollers that die like Hendrix, who throw up and they're lying down, and who knows what they've been doing, drinking and more maybe, I don't know. Throw up in their mouth and, inhale, drown on the vomit or whatever, or anything. I just wanted to, so I sat back there with her, kept her head held up, make sure she was breathing properly and everything, and she was just passed out at this point. So we got home, and I basically carried her inside, you know, with my friend, you know, with Steve's sister and everything. And Steve's sister was really concerned. I mean, this girl was passed out. This is the first time I had met her before. And anyway, we got her home, and everything worked out okay. The next day, I talked to Steve, and she said, "Oh, they're fine. She just partied too much or whatever." But anyway, that was my experience at Van Halen in 1984. But anyway, wow, what a shocker, what a stunning. I know I've known about the throat cancer, obviously, for a very long time. I follow rock and roll news pretty closely, but man, when someone, a legend like that, someone you've loved, you know, adored from afar, adored, is that cheesy? But wow, Van Halen, what an incredible band. I would say they're probably a top 20 band for me of all time, top 15 maybe. Just absolutely great. And man, R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. Just, you know, rest in peace. Thoughts for the family and everything. And I know he had divorced Valerie Bertinelli, and I grew up a big fan of One Day at a Time, and I thought it was, you know, when they got together and were married for so long, I'd hoped that would last forever, because I thought they were a really cute couple. Big fan of Eddie Van Halen and of Valerie Bertinelli. I hated to see them split, but anyway, it's only rock and roll, but Eddie Van Halen, you know, meant a lot to a lot of people. And man, R.I.P. Eddie Van Halen. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I guess you can click the like button if you want. I wish there was a kind of a dislike button, like a positive dislike button, if that was a thing. Because gosh, I hate to see Eddie, hate to hear about the death of Eddie Van Halen. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll talk to you guys later. And like I said, 2020 can officially suck it.